Yeah, man. What's going on? Hold on. Shit, hold on. Hold on.
That's my microphone.
Hold on.
That's my microphone.
Shalom, Lord of Christ. Shalom, Lord of Christ. What's going on, y'all, man? This Officer Tazaiwan, and this is
Officer Batazapar.
yeah, and we you know what I'm saying, we getting Root and Speech on tonight. Every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. You understand? We're gonna go ahead and get the show started. We got some good stories for y'all today, man. A couple of things that we wanted to bring out, you know what I'm saying, talking about like the DNA hoax and all kinds of different stuff like that. What else? Showing you why we're not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite groups, and showing, you know what I'm saying, you know how we do, man. You already know, man. So we're going to get some people a little bit more time to get in here. We're going to go ahead and start the show, man. Y'all already know how we get it down, man. Every Tuesday, 9 p.m. You know what I'm saying? All right? Here we go, man.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
You have to understand that. You think just because we sin that the curses start with us? No. If we sin, if we don't listen to the Lord, guess what? Our kids are going to grow up in the same hell that we growing up in. You understand? Your kids are going to be shot down in the street. If we don't figure out what's going on and turn it around. You understand? But guess what? It's never going to happen if you go into the Christian church, man. I'm going to write that into your head. If you go into the Catholic church, your kids are going to end up molested. If you go into the
This is Rude in Speech Vidcast. Rude in Speech. ISUPK. Home of the truth. We rude in speech, it's controversial. We rude in speech, but not in knowledge. Rude in speech, we talk the truth. We rude in speech. Kaboom! Ungrateful people say life hard. For 100 years as slaves, we've worked so hard. That's right. Gather yourself together, come let's serve our God. Cause the white man is the devil, I know that's hard. Tune in to Rude in Speech with Officer Tazaiwan and Officer Matazapa. 9 p.m. every Tuesdays. We rude in speech.
All right, Shalom, Lord of Christ, man. What's going on, y'all, man? We want to, say thank you to everybody who's in the house with us tonight, man. This is Rude in Speech. I'm Officer Tazaiwan, and we're going to get it on tonight, man. I want to give a big shout-out to, let's see who in here, Shara Renaya Hawada, Kazakawaf Ben Yemen, Shalom, Princess Ahawaba, shout-out to Ahawa Nak TV, Captain Mashak Mayam, shout out to you, Cap. The water to you. He said, looking good, Hebrews. Princess Ahawaba said the song is on the beam. Yarbun Yashikar, what's going on, man? Checking in from the West Coast. Goddamn. So if it's 9 o'clock here, it's like 6? 6. Damn. 5. Yeah, work just got off, man. Shout out to all y'all brothers and sisters that's been rocking out with Rude in Speech, man, and we can't do this without y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? We are on YouTube right now. We are on YouTube. So if you want to switch over, you watch, you got the TV popping or whatever. So you know what I mean? Turn to it, man. We on Rude in Speech right now on YouTube as well. You know what I'm saying? So we just really trying to get the show up and running how it's supposed to go. You know how it is, man. Okay, first of all, the one thing that I wanted to get into was I seen a video, right? And the video that I seen was pretty much it goes in to show why we're not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group. Right. I seen a video tonight where they had a Israelite fashion show. It was on, they was like, well, we got such and such, we got brother, I don't even want to say nobody's name, you know what I'm saying? But they're like, we got brother so and so, and he got Israelite attire on with a gold sash and you know what I mean, around his neck, and it just goes back. It goes back. Sash though. Yeah, like it was like he got a belt and this, that, and that. You know how they like. When you coming out to do. A sash, like. Yeah, she like he got a sash. America, he got the gold. He got the gold. This, that, and that. And also too, before I get into it, if y'all want to chime in, the number is right on the bottom of the screen. It's scrolling past the screen. The number is 302-494-7532. So this it's going to come right to this phone right here. So there it go right there, 494-7532. So if y'all want to comment on anything, man, just hit us up. We got Darsha. She said a hot ass flamboyant mess. Damn right. And I just so call in, man. Don't be afraid. Call in, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna kill you or nothing like that, man. Just call in if you wanna chime in on anything that we're saying today or whatever. But back to what I was saying. It goes to show you, like, when you see things like that, like being in the ISUPK, being in the truth does not mean that you can't have fun. You understand? Right. But what it does mean is that we can't do the same things that they are doing in the church, because that's why we left. We left the church because we wanted to see something different. We are the type of people that could see through the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Salaki for my language. We were the people that could see through it, right? So we wanted to find the truth. You understand? Because what was happening in the churches before we came into the truth, we knew that something wasn't right. So when you come into the truth, you come into the ISUPK, we done with all that singing and dancing. We done with all that extra, flipping up and down the aisles and all that, right? What the Lord would rather you just do is just show your obedience. It doesn't matter how much you flip, how much you foam at the mouth, how much you can beat a tambourine, how well you can beat the drums, or what they call shouting. How hard you could, you really doing this hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what the Lord requires of you. What the Lord requires of you is to follow the commandments. And, you know what I'm saying, now that we're at the point where we got the truth and we understand that we know that the Christian church is a farce and a lie, you understand? Now we know that when we get in here, when we get in these classes that's all over the nation, now it's time to learn.
Right.
It's time to learn the scriptures now. Now it's, you know what I'm saying?
And it's actually time to change. Like, Christians never want to change.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching a debate with some Christians, and that's just all. Christians just want to be the
Right.
same evil pieces of garbage that you was before. You know what I mean? Like they just never want to change.
Mm-hmm.
You see, like, and then they put it in your brain that it's too hard for you to change. You know what I mean? Black people in the black community think that the black community is never going to change because we're always being taught that it's impossible for us to change.
Right. So, man, I even had, man, it was like a sister. I was on Facebook this morning, right? And I seen a sister had put a post up there, not from the school or anything, but she was from the world or whatever. And she had said, if you could rid the world of one thing, what would it be? And I put white people.
Right.
And she was like,
backlash.
Yeah, she was like, well, I can't say that because if it wasn't for white people, I wouldn't even be here. Yeah. I was like, damn, all right, sis, no sweat, man. Yeah, no sweat, sis, man. You know what I mean?
Have the food stamps you have.
Like,
you wouldn't have what you have.
Right. I'm past that. I'm past the whole Facebook. You write a paragraph. I write a paragraph. You write a paragraph. I write a paragraph. You write a paragraph. God damn that, man.
I'm going on Instagram, man.
It's like I don't care anymore about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What I care about is this: we going out in these streets and you ain't there.
Right.
So regardless of what you got to say, then it really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. You understand? So I just go ahead and let it go because a lot of times, like when people write stuff in the comments, I realize being in the truth is like, even if you say everything right, everything could be like 100% right. You understand? And somebody will still come on there and say, well, you didn't look at the incense that you're burning. You ain't supposed to be burning incense like that, or look at the background, or you took the one foolish cat called wrote in last week said that when we was talking about gangbanging, right? We was talking about Nipsey Hussle with gangbanging. We didn't take the route of saying, well, to hell with Nipsey Hussle. Yeah, we didn't take that route. What we wanted to address was the gangbanging issue. Nobody's saying that that's wrong.
The bigger picture.
Right. So we said that. Somebody wrote on the comment for Root and Speech, wrote on the comment, I agree with what you brothers are saying, but you taking the Lord's name in vain. It's like, what? Yeah, because you said, God damn. There we go, man.
Though I be rude in speech, not according to knowledge.
Right, man. Check it out, man. 2 Corinthians, man, 11 and 26.
Let's get it, man.
Man, look,
I like to say, and one thing that I like to say, when people say God bless America, I like to say God damn America. So when they say I'm using the Lord's name in vain,
right?
Because his name is not God,
right? Look, man. We like the scriptures say, man, like I understand, like black people, Hispanics, we are loving people. We love everything just to say that we love everything, right? And when you really think of it and when you really understand it on a higher level, you see that if you are a person that love everything, then you are going to be easily walked over by everybody.
Right.
And I guess in our deep down,
we can see it. We can see it in our neighborhoods.
Right. So I think like deep down we realize that we are getting walked over and that at some point we'll get vindication from the Lord for just letting everything go on?
I don't know.
Is that what like our stance is? It seems like.
But you can definitely see the level of love that black people have for the other nations. You can see, like when you walk down the streets of Wilmington, Delaware, you can see how much niggas love Arabs.
Yeah.
You can see it.
Right, they even willing to be Muslim.
Yeah, you can see how black women down here walking around with the whole Muslim garb. You can see everybody talking about they making their salats and I'm on my deen and all this kind of, you see an Arab on every corner. But, never puts none of the money back in. You know what I'm saying? But black people will still go and patronize these businesses. You know what I mean?
Right. And
without kicking these filthy Arabs up out of the neighborhood.
Right. And that's what we try to get to. I'm going to get back to my first point, what I was saying. But, that's the whole thing what we're trying to do is we're trying to just really teach people to help them understand that, it's okay to love. But it's a time for that, and it's a time for everything. It's a season for everything. So you can't just, love the people that's, constantly stepping over and walking on you. Because if you, and I always go back to this same thing. If somebody rapes or molests your kid, your son or your daughter, the hatred that you had for the person that molested your child would define the love that you had for your child.
Right.
By how much I really hated what happened to you would define the love that I really actually have for you. But I guess in our brain we can't figure that out.
Right.
And we think that to hate anything is
wrong.
Right.
And the crazy thing is, it's like black people are only allowed to love as long as you're loving the other nations. When you say that you only love black people, then oh my God, you a hate group. You know what I mean? Oh man, these guys they just hate everything. But actually, it's just love for black people.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
But back to my first point, and then I'm gonna segue into something else about the but like proving that when we say that we're not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group, because it's the truth. Because all these groups, man, they all started in ISUPK, and then they just rolled out and started their own doctrine. Some doctrines is it's cool to be with white women. Some doctrines is cool to accept all nations. And the truth is this: when you leave the ISUPK, it is inevitable that you're gonna search through these scriptures and try to figure out some way that you can love white people. Right. It's inevitable. It will happen. It's going to happen. It's gonna be a way that you're gonna try to figure to get back to loving white people or get back to loving other nations. You understand? It's like in the ISUPK, it's like we're taught how to hate righteously. You know what I mean? How to righteously hate the other nations. You understand? Like when I was talking to this white dude out in the street on Saturday, he was talking about, and I told him, he said, so y'all don't want to coexist with us? No, that's all we've been doing. Right. There's no problem with that. We can coexist with white people. There's no sweat on that. You understand? The thing is that we got to get ourselves together first. And then when we get ourselves together first, then we'll do business with you and we can deal with you on a level like that. You understand? Because that's what America's about. Commerce and people dealing with each other. But you understand, you don't see Chinese people integrating and having a good time with white people and all that. You understand? They stay to themselves. And when it comes to money or it comes to anything that could benefit them as a nation, then they will do it. You understand? But they move as a nation. All right? Here we go. Shalom, Lord Christ. All right, hold on 1 second. Go ahead. Go ahead. What was you saying? Go ahead. Go ahead, sis.
I said, this one now you have the call from Gulfport, Mississippi. ISUPK, Mississippi.
Yeah, ISUPK, Mississippi, man, down there with Tazadakia and them. Yeah. So you coming to the Passover?
I'm definitely being in there. I want to be in there with y'all. I can't wait to see y'all. So you got your room booked and everything? That's already done.
All right, yeah, Most High in Christ, man. That's what I'm talking about. You got to be on top of things. You understand? But what's going on?
I just want to shout y'all out. I'm always shouting out.
That's
to
right.
Hear the truth revealed. Sometimes I shout out Cross the Line Radio, but I'm giving y'all a shout out tonight, and I appreciate it.
Most High in Christ, man. That's what I'm talking about, sis, man. Don't be afraid to call in, man. You know what I'm saying? We here. If you want to chime in on anything that we talking about or whatever, man, you know what I mean? The phone lines is open, and, you know, you can feel free to do so.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the Nipsey Russell situation?
What I feel about Nipsey Hussle? Okay, this is what we feel about Nipsey Hussle. You understand? Nipsey Hussle, of course, okay, you got to look at it from two perspectives, right? Now, Nipsey Hussle is a heathen, right? And us that are in the truth, we understand that Nipsey Hussle is a heathen. But the people that's in the world don't understand that, right? So you got to kind of look at things from both sides. Now, the people that's in the world, they look at Nipsey Hussle like, you know, he was a black man who helped black people. Right. You know what I'm saying? So us being in the truth, we got to take that into consideration. Like the scripture said that you got to be seasoned with salt. You know what I mean? You got to know how to deal with the situation. So what we did last week here on Root and Speech was we didn't attack Nipsey Hussle as a Hamite. You understand? We attacked the gangbanging issue that nobody seems to want to address. Because the one thing that people say is, oh, he was rolling 60s. He was helping all the hood. But nobody's addressing rolling 60s. Right. You know what I mean? Nobody's addressing Crips, Bloods, and understanding that is civil war between black people. So what we did was we broke it down from a perspective of that black people and gangs has to be done. Because that is the civil war that keeps us divided. Right. No matter how much they try to say, oh, well, Bloods and Crips are coming together, that might just be for this specific time right now, you know what I mean, when Nipsey Hussle's death. But you know how blacks and Hispanics are. After a certain amount of time, that's going to fade away.
Right back to the Civil War.
Right back to the Civil War. So what we would say is that, you know, gangbanging is wrong. And you understand? And for black people, that's one thing that we have to understand, because it's like we have so much smoke for each other, but that same energy that we have to hate each other and that same energy that we have to be in a gang and fight against our brother, we need to have that same energy for Michael, the guy who killed Michael Brown, the cop who killed Michael Brown, the cop who killed, you know, Eric Gardner and Alton Sterling and Sandra Bland, and the list goes on and on. You understand? So what I think about Nipsey Hussle is this, man, is that, you know, people got to understand that let me look at it from a perspective of somebody in the world, right? So, okay.
Well, yeah, somebody in the world, they just, like you said before, they see him as they don't understand the difference between, you know, Israelite and this and that and this and that. All they see is a black man that was doing stuff positive in the neighborhood. Right. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, like, I wouldn't attack that angle like, oh, he's just a heathen. We don't give a damn about heathens. You know what I mean? Like,
and if I could,
we pray for our enemies to die and all that, but that's not the angle. The more important issue is gang violence in LA.
Right, exactly, gang violence. And one thing, sis, I don't know if you watched it. Well, we was in class with General Muhammad, and he said, you know, when we see heathens die, being in the truth, and we see heathens die, we don't do the end zone dance. We don't spike the ball. You know, like, yeah, the heathens did. Yeah, the Lord killed a heathen. He's a Hamite. Hell with him. You know what I mean? We don't do that because, like the general told us, and I took that in my spirit and I understand it, is that the graveyard is not just full of wicked men. Right. The graveyard is full of righteous men too. So the same way Nipsey Hussle got killed is the same way that you could be killed in the truth too as well. So we want to be careful of how we celebrate, you understand, when another person, you know what I mean, when the Lord kills somebody, you understand? So what I would say about Nipsey Hussle, like I've been saying, and you can check the show that we did last week, is that gangbanging is wrong, and we got to start to address that issue, because if we don't address that issue, we're going to keep going through the same thing, and then when the next person dies, it's just going to be the same thing, and then we're going to keep being in the same spot that we always been at. You understand?
Address the fact
that it's no cowards and no excuses.
Yeah.
I'm an ex-gang member, so it ain't no cause, no excuse.
Yeah, no sweat, sis, man. I can't wait to see y'all at the Passover.
I can't wait to see y'all too. So psyched. I want to see all my sisters, all my brothers. I just want to shout out Rudy's Speech and shout out Iron Street Academy, Mississippi, and everybody that's gonna be in the Passover. It's gonna be big. And General Muhammad and General Johanna, I want to see y'all too.
All right, no sweat. They're going to be in the house.
Shalom, Lord in Christ. Shalom,
all right, Lord in Christ. Shalom, Lord in Christ. All right, sis. Thank you for your call. All right. Yeah, so, and that was a hell of a question from the sister. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to address the gangbanging because, and I'm going to just segue into that. You know what I mean? But getting back, I'm going to segue into that a little bit, but don't let me forget, y'all, that I did have something I wanted to show y'all of why we say that we're not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite groups. But to touch on the Nipsey Hussle thing, that gangbanging is a real issue that we have to address as a people because, you understand, like, we have that energy. Like, when Mataza Powell was watching the video where that sister was beating that other sister up, right? Bad, right? Right. And it's like we don't have that same smoke for the other nations because when the Chinese woman grab you and whoop your tail with that broomstick, then it's like you got respect for her, so you won't go crazy on the Asian woman. Yeah, let me out the store. I'm gonna call my brother. I'm gonna call my cousin. And the people that are there that's watching it is black people, and they're not doing a damn thing. You understand? So what it is that we are afraid of other nations. We're afraid of the white man. We're afraid of, you understand, the other nations that rule over us. And the only way that we can channel that anger from being oppressed and not having any power is to focus that energy on your brother, because that's the safer thing to do, is to kill your brother and to try to humiliate, try to step on, try to do your brother dirty, your sister dirty. That's the easier thing to do because we don't have any power to do anything to anybody else who's rolling over top of us.
And if I can, that individualistic mindset that we in comes from the Christian church. You know, where the Christian church tells you that you have to you can be rich and things of that nature, or the pastor wants to be the only one that's rich, or like how Steve Harvey was like, I got people that depended on me, versus him setting people up and teaching them how to get money. He'll just rather let them depend on him.
Right.
You see white people set their people up with businesses.
Yeah.
You take this hotel, you run this gas station, you do this, you do that.
Right.
But we taught that whole individualistic.
Right, because we wanna be the only one.
I want to be the only one.
Yeah. I want to be the only one with the bread.
I want the bag.
Right. Then you get mad. You get mad when everybody asks you for money.
Yeah. When people try to come and get the bag.
Right, because you don't have anything set up for other people to create wealth. Because if you fall, then you got people around you that's going to be up, and then that way you will never fall. But since we want to be like what you were saying, how you got people like Steve Harvey, T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, and all these people that's over top of black people, they want to be the sole proprietor of every goddamn thing because because you're an egotistical, narcissistic asshole.
Right. That ideology comes from the Christian church. The Christian church, if we seen the Christian church buying back the hood, rappers would follow. I mean, they follow with the Jesus pieces, and you see them with crosses all around their necks and all this. You know what I mean?
Right.
If the church would buy back the hood, you would see a lot of black people following in the same suit. But because the church doesn't do it, and black people don't follow, you know what I mean?
Right.
We do follow the church, and it turns into hatred towards black people.
Right, exactly, man. And look, and you know what? It didn't. All that we talking about, it still didn't go out of my head. Why we say that we not affiliated with any Hebrew Israelite groups? Right. Because when we go out to camp, we don't want to hear what no other camp is doing. You understand? That's why we specifically separate ourselves, man. Because we are the disciples of Christ. Right. We are those people in the Bible when it was talking about the disciples, you understand, and the vagabond Jews, like the vagabond Jews, which you see that when it comes on, when every UPK video, it comes on, it says Acts 13, right? And you read about the vagabond Jews. And those other people that are out there spreading the word, so-called spreading the word, you know what I'm saying, of the Most High in Christ, the reason what they're doing is they're saying it, but they don't understand the spirit of it. You understand? And that's what makes us separate from them. You understand?
I remember. If I could, real quick, we was in Miami. We was having camp in Miami, and this white dude walked up to us. And he said, "You know, what are you guys teaching?" So we told him what we teaching. We told him what we out there for. And then he said, "Well, ain't you the same group? Don't y'all accept white people, or don't y'all something about white people?" And we was like, "Hell no, we don't accept white people." He said, "Yeah, y'all do. Y'all was just down the street last week, and y'all was teaching, you know, that white people and can get salvation and stuff like that." We had to tell them right then and there, you know, we're the Israelite School of UPK. We are not affiliated with no other Israelite groups, because I think that was around the same time these Negroes was like having some type of Israelite convention or whatever the hell they was doing down in Miami, right? But they teaching against the scriptures. They teaching that white people can be saved. So then when white people see us, they like, "Oh, y'all the same as them?" Hell no. It's not us saying, "Oh, trying to just shit on the other Israelite groups or anything like that." But we have to separate ourselves. The true priests and prophets of the Lord, we have to separate ourselves, because this thing don't just get watered down.
Right, and we're the ones who actually would be rolling with Christ.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know how it's got to be some people that's going to roll with him, and some people that's just going to be around. They're going to be there, and they're going to be around, but they're not going to be the ones that's going to be actually rolling with the king. You understand? Yeah, so I'm going to show y'all this video. All right, here we go. And I'm going to show y'all this is why. And this video is, it was like at the end of March, came out. I seen it today, but I seen the date on it. It was like at the end of March. But it's a good teaching point to show you why we say that we're not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group and the vagabond Jews, right? Because these look just like the vagabond Jews he was talking about in the scriptures. All right, here we go.
And that's why these guys are fucked up over the rape thing, man. R. Kelly was living the life of King David. R. Kelly was living the life of King David. R. Kelly was doing the same thing that King David and Solomon and the Israelite men would do. They were having all kind of women. R. Kelly was doing the same thing that King David and Solomon and the Israelite men would do. They were having all kind of women. There was no age limit. There was no age limit. R. Kelly was living the life of King David. R. Kelly was living the life of King David. R. Kelly was doing the same thing that King David and Solomon and the Israelite men would do. They were having all kind of women. R. Kelly was doing the same thing that King David and Solomon and the Israelite men would do. They were having all kind of women. There was no age limit. There was no age limit. Oh, she's only 14 years old. Motherfucker, she been a woman for what, 4 years? Oh, she's only 14 years old. Motherfucker, she been a woman for what, 4 years? R. Kelly was living the life of King David. R. Kelly was living the life of King David.
You know, first of all, saying that R. Kelly is living the life of King David is blaspheming the scriptures. That shit is blaspheming the scriptures. That's for one. And two, just like you just pointed out, those niggas don't look like they agree with what the hell he's saying. You know what I mean? They know it's wrong. They know it's wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, those niggas, they like this.
Right. And three, he's the top dude in their organization.
Right.
And he's standing there with no protection. Like, Commander General Yohana couldn't even stand there like that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
They're like, they behind him.
Right, they behind him. Like, that just goes to show you that there's no power with this person right here. Because Commander General Yohana, he has to have brothers around him. Because the message that Commander General Yohana is bringing, you know, the love black people, the truth.
It goes against it.
Right, it goes against white supremacy, and white people will try to murder him for that.
It's a blow. It's like a blow to white supremacy.
Right. So you have to give the man that the Lord is dealing with, like, protection.
Right.
He's standing like 2 feet in front of the brothers. They back there, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like when Christ, remember when it said the woman, when Christ's mom came to see him while he was teaching, and the disciples, they were around Christ.
Right.
And then like she walked up like, yo, I want to speak to Christ. And they was like, hold up, you know what I mean? Yo, and then they said his mother was standing without, you know what I mean? She was over there. And then they was like, yo, you know, Salagi, sir, your mom over here, you know, she want to talk to you. And then he was like, who is my mother? Who is my brother? You know what I'm saying? Right. But the point what I'm trying to make is that, you know, he's saying that he's living it like he's like trying to, he's putting R. Kelly sings.
Right. He's trying to justify pedophilia. You know what
Yeah, he's like, oh, R. Kelly, he's lived the life as King David. No, let me tell you something. He could never, ever live the life of King David.
Right.
Ever. He sings sex songs to people. You understand?
R. Kelly allowed a white man to put his hands on his chest and pray over him. You remember that when R. Kelly was a little younger and he had that white man groping his chest?
King David would have never did that. Yeah. That's what'd you say? That's blasphemy. Yeah, that's blasphemy. You know, just say that. That's why we say we're not affiliated with no Hebrew Israelite group. And then he said that the girl that was 14 that he had sex with, she was already a woman for 4 years.
For 4 years.
Come on, man. Look, man. Would you want a girl who's 10 years old?
Would you? Right.
You a grown-ass man. What the hell would you have in common with a girl that's 10 years old, man?
Right.
That's going to be a kid. Like, if you marry a girl who's 10 years old, she's going to be a kid.
Period.
She's going to want to play.
She's going to want to. That's what. You know what? And I just thought about this. That's 1 year older than the Muslims. What's that? Muhammad. Remember Muhammad took Aisha at 9 years old. When you read the hadiths, it says she was saying that she was out there in the courtyard playing. She was out there playing when he came to come marry her.
Playing with two dolls.
Like, she playing with dolls, and then here this grown man come, you know,
trying to give her some.
Right.
Yeah. For a lack of a better word.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to understand, like, this is why we say that we're not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group. You know, and the scriptures tell us to leave them alone. Let them go ahead, man. Right. You know what I mean? Let them go ahead. They still out there saying that, you know, to follow the commandments and Christ is this and that. And just let them go ahead and don't even waste your time even worrying about it, because we got a bigger issue. And our issue is getting black people free from the oppression. So, you know what? You've been in the ISUPK, you in a good spot. I mean, you found the truth. Right. Give yourself a hand. You know what I mean? Give yourself a round of applause. You found the truth, and what you've been looking for your whole life. I know you done been in Islam and Egyptology and Pan-Africanism. You didn't follow all the conspiracy theories. You know what I'm saying? You done been in a conspiracy. You done been a conspiracy theorist. You done been in the aliens. You didn't all that. And it brought you to this point where you're in ISUPK, and you are in the right spot. So, man, give yourself a pat on the back, because you don't have to look anymore. You're in the right spot, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what it's about. We take this serious, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't wear my jacket, my ISUPK jacket, you know what I'm saying, because I'm faking or I'm fronting, you know what I'm saying? I'm real with this shit, you know what I'm saying? And I know my brothers are too as well. You understand? We show our faith each and every week when we go out to that campsite, and we go out there and we prophesy to a nation of people who don't give a goddamn that we even out there. You know what I'm saying? But we still do it because this is what the Lord commanded us to do, and this is what we are required to do as priests and prophets of the Lord, man. So with that being said, hold on, let me see.
I had the scripture.
Go ahead.
You remember that one scripture where it said, let me see if this is it real quick.
Darshad says, shaking my head, crazy how they look like average rapists. Zarka, y'all, what's going on? Shalom, Lord of Christ to you.
I automatically thought of this scripture right here, man. In Matthew 7:22, when it said, many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils? And in thy name done many wonderful works? And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity.
Yeah, yeah, man. Because that's what it's going to be in the end times, man. Because
that's why we can say we're not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite groups, because these Hebrew Israelite groups are prophesying in Yahweh's name, but they're actually workers of iniquity.
And they say, how is ISUPK the home of the truth? Y'all ain't got the 100% truth. Well then, okay, Moses didn't say that he didn't have the 100% truth.
Right.
Jeremiah didn't say it either. Neither did Isaiah. None of the prophets said that. Well, you know, I don't got all the truth. I just got some of it.
I would actually respect them more if they said, "We the home of the truth."
Right.
That lets you know that you standing on something like, "We know this is the truth."
Right.
Come try to challenge it.
Right.
See
Exactly.
what I'm saying?
Right.
But because you're not able to say that, lets us know that you don't have the truth. And
Right.
You know, you could get a little bit from these dudes, get a little bit from these dudes, get a little bit from these dudes. Why don't you go to the home of the truth where you can get all of what you need?
Yeah, and I'll tell you, man, Commander General Yohana, he shows us how to just do it right.
Right.
You know what I mean? How to keep that, because, you know, it's easy. Like, don't get me wrong, y'all. White people is cunning. A white man could come through and pay all your goddamn bills.
Right.
And pay your car note and pay your electricity bill and get you right. You know what I mean? And you'll be like, ooh, white people ain't as bad as they say they are.
Right.
And that is what will jam you up. You know what I'm saying? And what will end up leading you back to just loving the people that's running over you.
Right.
But like being in the ISUPK is like a white man could do something nice for me at my slavery, and I'll still be like, thank you. You're the devil the Bible speaks about.
Because
you know what I'm saying?
You understand in your head that, cracker, this is owed to me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Anything you do for me or anything you give to me is owed to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and just because the Lord, and just because it's you doing it doesn't mean I have to love you. That's just the vehicle. You're just the vehicle or the avenue that the Lord is using for me to get whatever the Lord wants me to have.
Yeah, I'm taking these trash bags. These trash bags is mine. I'm taking these trash bags because you owe me these goddamn trash bags. And we probably invented plastic anyway. Shalom, Shalaya Allah, Yahawada.
And when I was in my last job, in my head, them crackers owed me that printer machine with all that paper in it. All that paper in there. And I printed out plenty of PDF books and files. You know what I mean?
Right, man.
Fired. Salaki.
Azar Kayal said the gift that destroys the mind.
Right.
Right, man, the heart. You're absolutely right. Because Zakawa Ben Yemen said, damn right. Darshah said, shaking my head. That's spooky. Yeah, man. It's spooky.
That nigga said, he's living the life of King David and Solomon.
Right, man. Look,
You know
man,
what I mean?
we don't advocate that, man.
Nah.
You understand? It's about, like, let a young girl have time to grow up, man. Let her grow up.
To be a young girl. Like,
To be honest with you, 18 is right on the border. My daughter will be 18 in July.
Right.
Right? She'll be 18 in July. That's on the border.
Right. What kind of conversation would you have with a
Right.
young girl?
Because you know, an 18-year-old, she gonna think she know it all. She gonna think that everybody's just telling her something wrong, and she got everything figured out. So, I mean, a 10-year-old is still playing with dolls. Cartoons.
Yeah, like
But
a 10-year-old can't even wipe their ass correctly.
Right, and then the only adult experience that they would have as being a 10-year-old is by you putting your rod in them.
By you. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? Being a disgusting, disgusting bastard. A lustful, disgusting bastard. Because when you look at these groups, they allow other things to come in. Like when you don't have the spirit of the Lord, you know what I mean? Then you'll allow all types of lustful ways to hinder you. You know what I mean? Because I've seen on plenty of occasions where those guys almost got into fights because they're talking to people and they're like, "You're going to be my concubine. I'm taking you in the kingdom of heaven. And you're going to be mine." You know what I mean? Right? Why the brother, the dad, or somebody else is standing there, and those people don't go for it. Those people be about to bust them in the mouth. You see what I'm saying? Because of the things that they saying.
Right, for sure, man.
And those things that, you know, they do, that they are saying is not of the Lord. That stuff is not in the scriptures. And if they are in the scriptures, I challenge you to show me. Show me where it's at.
Yeah, man. All right, so we're going to go into the next story. Hold on, it's saying that the encoding is something. Hold on, Salakia. What's this?
So what you wanted to get into the whole DNA hoax.
Yeah. 1 second, Salakia. I'm gonna take this off the screen real quick. Take this off. Take this off. 1 second, y'all. I just want to take something off. All right, the text. All right. I had to take some things down. All right, my computer's talking crazy. All right, so look, we're gonna go into this quick break, and then we're gonna be right back.
Oh man, we don't got that one video, man.
Which one?
The one with the police.
I don't have it,
man.
I don't have it, but we definitely will get it. You know what I'm saying? We definitely will get it. All right. We're gonna go into this quick break real quick, man. We're gonna be right back, man. You understand? That's what it is, man. You already know what it is, man. Rude speech, man. All right, here we go.
There are older men that like younger women.
Is that
There are
you?
younger women that like older men.
Are you an older man that likes younger women?
I'm an older man that love all women. 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 All women. All women. All women. All women. All women. All women.
Oh my God.
I'm an older man that love all women. 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 All women. All women. All women. All women. All women. All women.
Oh my God.
I'm an older man that love all women. I'm an older man that love all women. I'm an older man. There are older men that like younger women.
Is that
There
you?
are younger women that like older men.
Are you an older man that likes younger women?
I'm an older man that love all women. 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 All women. All women. All women. All women. All women. All women.
Oh my God.
I'm an older man that love all women. 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 All women. All women. All women. All women. All women. All women.
Oh my God.
I'm an older man that love all women. I'm an older man that love all women. I'm an older man.
This is Rude in Speech Vidcast. Rude in Speech. ISUPK. Home of the truth. We rude in speech, it's controversial. We rude in speech, but not in knowledge. Rude in speech, we talk the truth. We rude in speech. Kaboom! Ungrateful people say life hard. For 100 years as slaves, we've worked so hard. That's right. Gather yourself together, come let's serve our God. Cause the white man is the devil, I know that's hard. Tune in to Rude in Speech with Officer Tazaiwan and Officer Matazapa. 9 p.m. every Tuesdays. We rude in speech.
Yo, them brothers out there at camp like, I'm an older man.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, man.
Bugging out.
Shabbat Ya'ala. What's going on? Napas Kaya. Shalom, Lord of Christ to you. Darshan said, man, why y'all playing? Left my ass off. Quadash the bar. What's going on? Shalom Ya'ala. Shalom Adawan. He said, Shalom Adawan. And Akim, Most High in Christ, inspiration, hashtag motivation. And, Rahab, Yahweh said, R. Kelly, GMS is God. Yeah, man, you already know what it is, man. So big shouts out to y'all, man. and rocking out with Rooting the Speech, man. We really appreciate y'all brothers and sisters taking the time to just, you know what I mean, taking that time to listen, because that's what it's really all about, man, because so many people with life moving so fast, nobody really takes the time to listen. If any of y'all brothers and sisters want to get down with the show or whatever, and y'all want to come hang out at the show or whatever and rock out with us, we'll bring a mic up here, and you can get down with us too, man, you know what I'm saying? So that's how we getting it, we doing it, you understand? Just hit me up on my DM, and, you know, if you in a surrounding city or whatever, it's nothing but a quick ride over here, and come on down to 1232 North King Street, and we can get it on, man, and you know, I mean, we can talk about these issues. You understand? If you married, you know what I mean, then, you know, talk to your husband or whatever. But other than that, you know what I mean, it's fine. Just hit me up and you come on down to the show. All right, now the DNA, right? DNA, because all the time the Kemetic community is always talking about DNA. Gotta get your DNA. Gotta get your DNA test. Do you niggas get a DNA test? You gotta get your DNA test. Man, the DNA test is a goddamn hoax, man. And I want to show y'all something real quick. Was you had something you wanted to say?
No, go ahead.
I'm going to show y'all real quick, because every time we out at camp, they always talk about DNA, and then we always talk about the 60-minute joint that was on 60 Minutes, and that talks about the DNA hoax. So I'm going to show y'all the video real quick, and then we'll be right back so that we can break it down and show you that DNA is a goddamn hoax, man. All right? Here we go. Hold on. Let me just get to it real quick. All right, here we go. Bam.
Think about young African Americans growing up thinking that the history started with slavery. I mean, how do you think that impacts their psyche? We went through slavery. We didn't start with slavery.
To Vi Higginson, the prospect of tracing even a tiny fraction of her ancestry back to Africa was enthralling. 60 Minutes sent her DNA to African Ancestry, as well as to several other genetic genealogy companies, to see what they could tell us about Vi's maternal lineage.
I'm sitting on the edge of my seat.
Kittle's company sent Vi what they call a certificate of ancestry.
Oh my God.
It says that you share maternal genetic ancestry with people from the Mendi tribe in Sierra Leone. Do you know anything about Sierra Leone or the Mendi people?
No.
Nothing.
People have been waiting a lifetime for something like this. Now, this is just a tiny bit of information now.
But they take it as huge.
Right, because it's cracking open the door that was closed for centuries.
There's a place in Africa you could say that I'm from.
A tribe?
A tribe? I am thrilled. It puts a name, a place, a location, a people. It opens up such possibilities.
But the problem is, Sierra Leone wasn't the only answer Vi got. A company called Relative Genetics found a match to a single person in the Wobi tribe in the Ivory Coast.
Different?
Different.
Now, I got all excited about that, and this is different? Now, how could that happen?
Then a third company, Trace Genetics. Your particular sequence matches sequences reported among multiple Mendanka individuals in Senegal.
What's up with this?
And Family Tree DNA, the company that linked Vi with Marion in the first place, came up with a whole list of matches. This goes on and on.
My goodness.
So what do we know about Vi's ancestry? Your particular sequence matches sequences reported among multiple Mendanka individuals in Senegal.
What's up with this?
And Family Tree DNA, the company that linked Vi with Marion in the first place, came up with a whole list of matches. This goes on and on.
My goodness.
So what do we know about Vi's ancestry?
Man, like getting indulging in those DNA tests, man, shows the lack of research by brothers. You know what I'm saying? Because when we can research everything in the world, we can go back to argue about the first civilizations and stuff like that. We won't do no research into the DNA testing centers to see that the DNA testing centers is owned by white Jewish men.
Right.
They started these testing centers for them to say that, our DNA says that we're the real Jews, and you're African, you're African, you're African, you're African. That's all those DNA test centers were started for.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? The guy who started Family Tree DNA is a white Jewish man by the name of Bennett Greenspan. He's Greenspan is the co-founder and co-owner.
Damn, you breaking people's heart. You can't talk about Jewish people like that.
Right, and I'm actually looking at a picture with Greenspan with this other dude named Max Blankfeld. He's the owner of FT DNA, right? And when you look at the dude Max Blankfeld's LinkedIn, when you look at his LinkedIn, he's a pro-Israel activist.
Right.
He supports AIPAC, the American Israel Political Action Committee. These are pro-Zionists. You know what I mean?
Right.
These dudes only start these DNA centers to say we're the Jews and you're not.
Right. You a heathen. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna open up the phone lines if anybody want to say anything about the Jewish man or anything like that. We're gonna open up the phone lines so that you can get it out now. You know what I mean? We'll open the phone lines up if there's anything that you want to say. Shalom, Lord of Christ. Officer Yagar Wap just came in the room. Because Zakawap Ben Yemen said maternal means mother, so that's not worth anything anyway.
Right.
So,
right.
What is it? Damon Jennings, what's going on? Shemayim Matar, Shalom, Yahweh, Shamar, Shalom, Yahweh, Shamar, Athan, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. She said property of Officer Mashah Bunya Awada, Detroit, Michigan. Detroit, stand up, man. You understand? Hopefully we can get back up there for that cookout. Because the cookout y'all had last year was popping and it was official. Yeah. You know what I mean? So shout out to you, sis. Yeah, man. So DNA is a hoax. We've been trying to tell you this. That's an old video too.
Right.
It's a hoax, man.
So niggas would be like, "Oh, Captain Zazariak, take this DNA test to see if you're African."
Right.
Nigga, it's going to come back that he's an African.
Right. So none of us is Jews. None of us gonna come back Jew. Yeah. They gonna say, look, you from the Dookie tribe you from the Dookie tribe in Sierra Leone, West Africa, Sierra Leone. So what am I supposed to do with that? Well, I got a piece of paper. Now I'm going to go over there to some African country and tell them, hey, I belong here because they gave me my DNA test in America.
The white man told me I belong here. And not only that, these simple Negroes, it's going to tell you that, you're 90% that, but then you got, you 5% Scandinavian, so then your next trip is you're gonna go to Scandinavia like I belong here. Let me indulge in the culture of Scandinavian.
Right.
Because I have Scandinavian ancestry.
Right. When that has nothing to do with you, man. We are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, man. We are the true goddamn Hebrews that this Bible is talking about, and it can't nobody else say it because it's so spiritual and such a prophetic nature that proves who we are. And in order for you to understand that, you have to be a spiritual person. You have to be able to understand common goddamn sense and understand that this book that's the most popular book in the world, you understand, that book history is you. You know what I mean?
Right.
This whole time, and nobody wants. That's the Illuminati right there.
That's this when they spend billions of dollars to keep you from knowing who you are. This is how they do it.
Right.
And this is one avenue of how they do it through the DNA testing. You know, the media, of course, and all different avenues. But they spend billions of dollars for you to for you not to know who the hell you are. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
So
why would you want to go and give white people your DNA anyway?
Right, they're getting it anyway. They're getting it. You know what I mean. Next thing you know, they come and talking about you did a murder. You stole something from Walmart, and your DNA's on a goddamn TV box.
I mean, I don't know if you remember. I was forced to give my DNA against my will. I was in upstate New York, and they like, hey man, you about to take this blood, and this blood is going to go to the New York City database or whatever have you. You know what I'm saying?
And it actually is dangerous because they could just pick anybody.
They could just say, pick anybody and say, this is yours. You know, this blood was at this crime scene.
Right.
This DNA was at this crime scene, knowing you very well.
Yeah, and don't let it be a night where you just went home and went to sleep.
Right.
And nobody, you don't have no alibi. It's just you. Right. You just went home and went and passed the hell out. You know what I'm saying? Because God forbid that, because you'll end up in goddamn prison for the rest of your life for something that you had nothing to do with. You know, like so many other brothers who go to prison that's sitting in there for 20, 30 years before they say, oh, you know what, we made a mistake and it wasn't you, and so that's it.
But you know, like we expect white people to, like we see them dressing up in black skin. You know, you remember those videos where they was dressing up in black skin? They was, saying how real the stuff looked and how real it was. And we know that they have committed crimes with that, so we expect them to not plant our DNA at a crime scene if they're able to. You know what I mean?
Right. DNA is a hoax, man. Don't waste your money. Goddamn Ancestry.com. Goddamn all the rest of them. Family Tree DNA, because it's owned by who?
Bennett Greenspan.
Bennett Greenspan, a goddamn Jewish dude who could never ever be a Jew, because the scripture said that they would never, the Jews would never ever wax pale.
Man, but like the Lord chose these people. I'm looking at the picture. I'm like, this is who the Lord chose.
If the Lord chose a Jewish man, he's a God. Then he wouldn't even be a man of war.
Like, you wouldn't even be a man of war. Like,
right.
This is not even. Come on, man.
Right. You understand? So, like, when we showed y'all the video of the DNA hoax, if you keep watching it further in the video, they come in, they tell her, hey, you from this tribe. Hey, you from that tribe. Hey, you from this tribe. And it goes from her being happy, you understand, to, confused. Like, what the hell is going on? You know what I'm saying? Because DNA is a hoax, has nothing to do with blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You understand? It is about the Jewish man, the white. Yeah, hold on. You lost sound? Let me see. All right, she said they lost sound. All right, I got it. Is it back? Can y'all hear it? All right, hold on. No sound. Let's see. All right, can y'all hear the sound? Yeah, I see it back on. Can y'all see it? Can y'all hear the sound?
And these ladies are also these Jewish women who own 23andMe, DNA 23andMe.
Oh, start that back over real quick.
Okay.
From the top.
So I just found the owners of 23andMe, which is another popular DNA testing company. The CEO is a Jewish white lady by the name of Ann Wojcicki. You know what I mean? And everybody who she deals with, and the guy who she's married to, are all Jews who work for Google or YouTube. Also, the lady is a feminist. I would say I'm a feminist, yes. Well, Jiki said thoughtfully. Remember, the feminist movement was started by 5 Jewish white women.
Damn, it always goes back, man. Mataza Pa heavy on that Jewish bull nonsense crap. You know what I mean? He's on it. He's on it. He be on him hard, watching him. You understand? So, like I said, man, DNA is a hoax. That's a whole big hoax, man. Right. Yeah, if you want to prove that a kid is yours, yeah, is accurate.
That's the only way it works.
Yeah.
DNA works if you want to prove that your kid is your kid.
Yeah.
I belong to this family. Like, is this my dad? Is this my mom?
Yeah.
It can prove that.
Yeah, because the one girl, man, I was watching Maury, man. The girl was like, the kids look white. They look like white. And then she was like, they're his kids. And they like, the crowd like, nah, you know what I mean? Nah, these ain't your kids. And then she like, yeah, he got this. Look at the eras. They got the same eras. They got the same eras. You know what I mean? They got the same eras and they got the same feet. Like, damn. like she trying hard to make these kids his, man. Like, look, they don't have to have the same skin complexion. They got the same feet. Like, damn. So yeah, DNA is good for it's good for
finding out if your dad is your dad or if your mom is your mom.
But trying to find out if you from the Dookie tribe in Africa is not gonna work.
If you want to be told that you're from the Dookie tribe in Africa, then go get one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
By all means.
Yeah, man. So like I said, man, come back to the Most High in Christ. Come back to the scriptures. We ain't out here speaking for our health. Goddamn. We ain't paying the bills, you understand, to just be telling you lies. You understand? Because we could all just be doing something else. You understand? Right. This is not for our personal gain. This is for the redemption of the nation of Israel so that we can get the hell from up underneath of these people and so that we can live the way life is supposed to be lived. You understand? And that is not in bondage and not getting up every single goddamn day on the hustle and bustle trying to survive in a capitalist society like this in America. Not being around homosexuality like it's goddamn the best lifestyle to ever have in America or anywhere in the world. You understand? To have a double portion when we eat. That's what we were supposed to have, a double portion. You know what I mean? And not just barely eating two carrots, a head of lettuce, and 2 cranberries. You understand? It's about, you understand, having a double portion, having more, and not being able to not having to work so hard. You understand? And not having to be in this bondage and not having to be under the very people that's been destroying us in America since we've been here for 500 years. And that's just America. I don't even want to get started on the Greeks or the Romans. You understand? So that's what it's about, man. It's about the redemption of the nation of Israel. And this is how we get back to that redemption, by following that path, by following that straight gate. You understand? And through that, through Christ, entering in at the door, we'll get the kingdom of heaven, man. And that's what it's all about.
That's right.
Shout out to Princess Darsha, Batak Ariyah, Rahab Yahawada, Kazakawaf Ben Yemyen, Shemayim Matar. Let me see. All right, closed out. And all the brothers and sisters. Who else in there?
Rahab Yahawada, UPK, Batak Ariyah, Shabai Ya'ala, and Ariyah Yahawada, Salagi.
Yeah, the line in the building. You already know how it is, man. If you ain't got your room yet for the Passover, you sleeping and you bugging. You understand? You are the person that the general told us not to be like this year for the Passover because you are procrastinating. So pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Get your goddamn room. Get everything you need so that you can be in the house. No goddamn excuses. Mataza Pa said it last year in 2018 when we was on YouTube. You can look at Passover 2018. Mataza Pa is saying it. No goddamn excuses this year. If you don't, if you ain't, going to be there for the big 5-0, then
it's the big 5-0, man.
Yeah, I don't know where the hell you gonna be.
It's the big 5-0.
Yeah, so we're gonna be there. We're going to be in this hotel, and we got the whole thing booked, man. So with that being said, man, we rooting speech, man. This rooting speech world, you understand? I'm Officer Tazai Wan.
You already know who it is, man. Your boy, Officer Mataza Pa.
Man, and we here, man, strictly for the benefit of the nation of Israel, man. And with that being said, man, we'll see y'all next week. Passover is coming up, and we about to get it on, man.
That's right.
Y'all already know what it is, man. Shalom, Lord in Christ, to all y'all brothers and sisters out there, and we out this piece. Peace.
This is Rude in Speech Vidcast. Rude in Speech. ISUPK. Home of the truth. We rude in speech, it's controversial. We rude in speech, but not in knowledge. Rude in speech, we talk the truth. We rude in speech. Kaboom! Ungrateful people say life hard. For 100 years as slaves, we've worked so hard. That's right. Gather yourself together, come let's serve our God. Cause the white man is the devil, I know that's hard. Tune in to Rude in Speech with Officer Tazaiwan and Officer Matazapa. 9 p.m. every Tuesdays. We rude in speech.